Ladies and gentlemen, this position was a draw. Not until I found this brilliant tactic. Obviously, I knew that my opponent definitely would take the free bishop. But wait, before you ask, why did I do it? Why did I just hang my bishop over there? So that his rook can actually take the bishop. Okay, so I know that this might not be that much of a big deal, but when I was in this game, I had to calculate some moves so that I can actually get to this point. You will see in a moment why I actually sacrificed my bishop. I'm a 1700 chess master. I knew that definitely he was going to take this bishop. Let's see what he actually did. You can see that from the evaluation bar, this game is technically a draw. So far, it was so good. Not until my guy took my bishop. Look how the evaluation bar completely disappears for white. He took my bishop. And guess what? I already had the blueprint of everything after this move. After he took my bishop, I went with queen to b1, which was a check. Obviously, this I had already calculated this sequence because it was now a mate in 3. No matter which move he plays, I was just gonna win. Okay, so maybe you might be thinking he can move here. No, he can't move because he's on a check. Okay, so whether he comes here, all right, or he comes here, it's just the same thing. My guy came there and I found this brilliant sacrifice, the queen. I sacrificed my queen because there was a staggering checkmate after he takes the queen. Okay, let's rewind and analyze how this game was played. Okay, so I was playing against this chess player 1658, and by then I was 1687. Now I'm 1700. So he started with the king's pawn opening, which was normal. I replied with the Scandinavian defense, and then next he pushes his pawn. You see how the evaluation bar slightly goes down for white. And then I replied with knight comes here. Obviously, we were just gonna do the normal openings and all that kind of stuff. For now, everything is a draw, right? It's technically a draw. After I play knight c6, he replied with f4. This move, if you are a strong chess player, definitely this is kind of a blunder, but the fact that I'm not that strong, so I can not really see most of the tactics. So, but all I know is that I once played this move and I was doomed. Anyways, after he played pawn f4, I replied with e6. Obviously, a slight it wasn't really that good of a move, but I was just trying to do my normal developings so that I can get the bishop out, the horse out, and also this other white bishop, like light squared bishop out, and also castle. Okay, after that he replied with knight f3. You see, as we play our moves, the evaluation bar is increasing because we're just 1600, and obviously there are many inaccuracies and also mistakes as well, but it's all about who blunders last. If you blunder last and if your opponent sees that it's a blunder, you will be done for. Anyways, I developed my bishop so that I can actually prepare for castling. I don't know why the evaluation by is saying 1. Obviously, it's a slight, in fact, it's a losing move. I don't know how, but let's just continue. He pushes his pawn, attacking my bishop, and then I retreat because I didn't wanna come here to b4. Obviously, maybe he might just push his pawn to c3, or maybe just block with the knight. This knight, there were many moves, so I just retreated. And then he played c3, the move which was definitely gonna play if I had put my bishop over this box on b4. And then I developed my knight so that I prepare for castling, and then he pins my knight there. Obviously, if I see such a position, for a moment I'll just leave it, because I know that if he just takes, I'll just take. Or alternatively, I could have played here developing this bishop, but I decided to play this knight because all I want here is to keep my king side safe, and I don't really care about the queen side. And then he castles, and then I push this pawn. Why? Because you are seeing this is my half of the board, and his pawn is overlapping on my half of the board, which is not really safe for any chess game you can play. It's not really safe. As for my opinion, it's not really safe. That is why I pushed this pawn so that he can trade, and then my queen comes there, and then he checks me, which was a slight which was not that much of a good move. I just recapture. After this move, he plays bishop e3. I don't really know why he played it, because this bishop is just closed with these squares. Anyways, it's a game. I reply with castling. He still hasn't taken this pawn. I was just waiting for him to take, and then he still didn't take. He developed this knight, and then I was like, okay, let me just take it for you if it seems like you can't take it. The reason why I was doing this, right, I was trying to create a button in this line, in this F file, and also remove my queen from the D square onto this G square, or try moving it here on the king side in the same line as his king, so that we can actually try to create some tactics and all that kind of stuff. After I took the pawn, he took with his horse, and now my pawn is hanging. But anyways, who cares? I took his knight, because if I hadn't taken his knight, definitely his next move was going to take my pawn, of which it's not that bad if you are really good at chess. But for me, losing a pawn, definitely if he manages very well, he might actually win the game, because it will be a slight disadvantage to me. He recaptures with this pawn while opening this file, while opening this F file, right? So he was expecting me to take, but I just moved my bishop. Yes, this move was a really bad move. I don't know what I was thinking after, like, during the play of this move. I don't really know. But anyways, he took my rook, and then I took with the queen. So in this position, white is completely winning. It's just a matter of finding the right moves. You understand? Obviously, white never knew that he was really winning, because if you look at this game, right, it's a draw, like in terms of points. But positionally and tactically, white is completely winning. There was not even a ray of hope for me. The ray of hope is him making blunders. His next move was knight f3, which in which he didn't actually take advantage of me because this move was a blunder. You understand? So if he comes here, I don't really know why he did that. He should have punished me. I don't know how. As of now, I don't know how, right? But let's just play. I put my queen here, which is also a blunder. In fact, we shouldn't say it's a blunder. It's a mistake. These are inaccuracies. They're mistakes. Very big mistakes. Anyways, he came here, in which the evaluation bar says that he lost his winning advantage. I didn't really look at that, but anyways, I just knew that this move is just some piece of shit. I can always play bishop b6, in which I'll be eyeing down his queen and he has to move. He just gave me a tempo. And then next move was queen to a3. In this position, this guy he had lost his winning advantage. Anyways, it doesn't matter. After that, I came here trying to find maybe some moves in the upcoming few moves. Maybe I might win something. And then he replies with bishop retreats. I reply with the rook coming here. It was a slight inaccuracy, but it wasn't that bad. He puts his queen on my e file, on the e7 file. I don't really know what is. Yeah, obviously he was trying to take this pawn because it was actually kind of hanging. But I retreat my queen to come back and protect this pawn, because the moment he takes this pawn, I might actually disintegrate in the whole game. And then he pushes his pawn, so that with the intention of chasing my bishop away and also pushing here so that he can actually trap this bishop. But ladies and gentlemen, he was digging his own grave by actually doing this. Obviously, I had to move my bishop because it was under attack, and then he pushed this pawn. You see how the evaluation bar decreases? He was slightly winning, but now I am winning. He pushes that pawn, ladies and gentlemen, with the intention of me taking, and then he recaptures with the rook, but he never saw this move coming. Anyways, I took because I had seen that there is a brilliant tactic over here. If he takes, it's a forced mate in 3. If he moves, the game is positionally kind of equal. He can manage to actually beat me. Anyways, being a 1600 rated player, he took the bishop, and from this moment I knew that it was over. I instantly went queen b1. I can never miss such a tactic, even if I'm sick or even if I don't have eyes. I can never miss this. Okay, so I came with my queen to b1 and he was on check. At this moment, he knew that he fucked up. The fun part about this whole game, all of these moves, they happened within a time frame of 2 minutes. So he was kind of blitzing. You see that is 23 minutes ahead of me. I'm 8. I'm kind of backwards with 23 minutes. Anyways, the 5 seconds doesn't matter. 0.5 seconds. So when I came here, ladies and gentlemen, his next move was to block here. He didn't even think that I would actually sack my queen, because you see he had 8.23 minutes on the clock, and when it was now 8.17, he had already made this knight move, which means he didn't even think. He just thought maybe he would just block the check and then game continues as normal. Maybe I'll just take here. No, we don't do that here. After this move, I sacked the queen, and at this moment he saw that he had fucked up. There was no chance of survival for him. But anyways, my dude, I don't know what he was thinking, but he was kind of seeing a free queen. He gladly took it. And after that, here comes the beautiful F1 checkmate. What a game. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and also like this video. Let's go, guys.